Hey guys, Jared over here in the Fox Airsoft Tech Department, and today we're going to be tearing down the brand new LCT M4 R.I.S. Now many of you are familiar with LCT from their AK series. They make one of the most impeccable AKs on the market, and they are brand new to the M4 scene. So we're going to see what they have to offer, both externally and internally. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, before we get started with teardown, let's just take a quick look at the externals of the gun. So you've got your standard configuration M4 CQB. We've got metal body, of course. There's no trademarks on the gun of any kind. Right here we've got a clip-in rail system that utilizes the front handguard ring and the delta ring. It looks like the machining is very well done. You'll notice we've got all our numbering on our rails. Barrel looks very well done. You got your front sight. For the purpose of the video, I went ahead and put on the included flash hider, but of course all guns are shipped and sold with the plastic orange tip screwed onto the threads. And back here we have the crane stock, fully adjustable of course. Notice that we do have the quick disconnect sling swivels on both sides of the crane stock. I do like that. Go ahead and pop the butt plate off for you here so you can get an idea of what that looks like. Got a small piece here that covers the sides of the tube and comes standard with a mini Tamiya connector. On the top, we've got standard flat top receiver. It's also numbered. You've got your rear sight. The machining all looks very well done. As you guys saw earlier in the video, this is a blowback, so the ornamental bolt does move. It does not lock back. It does not have the function where it locks back. You can see the standard M4 style hop up adjustment right there underneath the ornamental bolt. Dust cover, of course. Standard M4 grip. Notice on the bottom here we do have ports here to allow some heat to come off the bottom of the motor. Overall, a very good looking M4. So let's take a look at what we've got going on inside. Okay, so the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is pop out the receiver pins here. Grab my hammer and the appropriate pin punch just to give it a little tap. It's pretty tight since it's brand new. And go ahead and pull that out. Now those do clip in the out position just like a real AR-15 body pin. So we're going to go ahead and slide the upper and lower receivers apart. We do have that blowback mechanism, so we're going to want to be careful here with our charging handle. Make sure everything comes apart. So this will give you a good view of the blowback system. It is a mechanical system, so it utilizes the piston to blow back the ornamental bolt. Notice they have a small catch right here that flips open the dust cover on that first shot that you take. Kind of show you how that works there. So now we'll go ahead and pop off that charging handle. That'll further demonstrate how that system works. Pretty simple. It's just on a guide rod. All right, let's keep going. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and pop off the rear stock. I'm going to get a Phillips screwdriver. We're going to go ahead and remove that so that we can remove the buffer tube. Screw and washer. There's our buffer tube. We're going to go ahead and move the ring. Now we're going to go ahead and remove the motor, starting with the two screws that hold on the motor base plate. And that exposes our motor. Now we can go ahead and remove the motor. Standard long type M4 motor, of course. Now we have the two screws at the bottom of the grip. Now that will allow us to remove the grip. Now something interesting to note is LCT uses this small plate that I'm assuming adds some rigidity to the two screws that hold the grip on, because it is just plastic, and so that small plate goes around the neck of the motor and just kind of firms up the plate inside so that the screws can hold the grip on without any chance of breaking this and losing your grip, which I have seen a time or two. Now we're down to our lower receiver and gearbox. So to get the gearbox out, we have a few more things we need to do here, starting with our magazine catch. So we're working on the right side of the gun here. It is a small star bit. Got the appropriate size one here. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that button, spring, and other side of the latch. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and remove this pin right here. And now we're going to go ahead and push out our rear receiver pin real quick, and that one also locks in place, and that will allow us to remove our gearbox. So now let's take a look inside. So we've got a combination of a few Phillips screws and then our metric Allen screw head. So I'm gonna go ahead and take care of the Phillips screws first here. Our remaining screws are 2mm Allens here. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove those. Okay, with all the screws out of the gearbox, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this spring, the recoil spring for the ornamental bolt. And that should allow us to then let those pieces fall off the top and go ahead and open up our gearbox. All right, so let's see what we have going on in here. Spring and spring guide, standard composite spring guide with a metal washer. Take a look at the piston here. So we've got full metal tooth piston, aluminum piston head. It is ported. Does not look like we have a bearing on the piston head. Pop off the cylinder head, nozzle, and tappet plate here. First thing first, let's take a look at this nozzle. It is an O-ring air seal nozzle. Looks like a basic sturdy tappet plate. Okay, cylinder and cylinder head. A pretty tight seal there, and it looks like, okay, yeah, we have a double O-ring aluminum cylinder head. Looks very well built. Standard cylinder, 3/4 hole for the 363 barrel. So let's take a look at our gear set here. We've got very nicely machined steel gears. Each gear is marked LCT. Just taking a look at the overall machining of each part and the tolerances. Everything looks very nicely done. LCT stepped onto the scene with what looks to be a very nicely built M4.